Hi everyone, and welcome to another edition of the Liverpool Connection podcast. I'm on my own today. I'm Dazza, if you don't know already. Usually we do a storytelling podcast, but today I wanted to do a little bit of both because we have the pub chat episodes as well. So with the derby coming up, my little brain started ticking, and it is little. It's a lot littler than me missus's brain. Anyway, it started ticking like, who can I get that I've wanted for a long time? And it has taken a year and a half, but I'm really happy. He's on. He's from the dark side of the park, which is all right. They're good people. He's a blue, but he's also a person that I admire very, very much. He's done a lot for the community in Liverpool. And he wears Speedos constantly in cold weather, which just blows my mind as well. But Liverpool Connection podcast is very welcoming, bringing on SPEEDO Mick. How are you, mate?
Hi, mate. How are you doing?
I am good. Like I said before, I've got a bit of the sniffles, but, I've got to grin and bear it and get through this. And, I've got another one later on. So, all good. But introduce yourself, mate, because, I definitely, if you're from Liverpool, you'll know who Mick is. But if you're not from Liverpool, you might be like, who the hell is SPEEDO Mick?
Yeah, well, my name's Michael Cullen, and aka SPEEDO Mick, of course, and I'm a fundraiser. I'm the founder of the SPEEDO Mick Foundation. It supports mental health, disadvantaged young people, and homelessness. And I'm also an addict as well. I'm 20 years clean and sober. And it took me a long time to get to that first day 20 years ago. But I got there eventually with the support of other people who've gone through the same process. And today I find myself over 20 years clean and sober, and like I say, I'm a fundraiser. I do all my fundraising in nothing but my Speedos, no matter what the weather. After swimming the English Channel, you have to do it in a pair of Speedos. I decided to start going to the football matches in them, my Speedos, my goggles, and my hat, and continuing the fundraising, and that's just continue to go on now through me doing walks in my pants in December, January, 1,000 miles, 700 miles to Lyon from Everton, 1,000 miles Land's End to John O'Groats, and 2,500 miles England, Ireland, Scotland, and Wales, which was the last one, raising over £800,000 up to now. You know what I mean? And like I say, I do it in all kinds of weather, and it gets very cold out there.
I bet. So, have you just stuck with the one pair?
No, I haven't. I do say that though. I do say I like to get to go like that. Oh, because I can see the image in the mind. Then you know what I mean. But no, I haven't got just one pair. But I've only got a couple of pairs left. I've got a couple of pairs left. And I think I had about 9 pairs. So
Speedo's got to give you some money, don't they? Don't they sponsor you?
Oh, they don't really, mate.
Well,
but they send me some Speedos. They send me some Speedos on the last one. What else did they do? They donated. They donated on the 1,000-mile walks. I think they donated £1,000. You know what I mean? As well, but the best thing to do is not to expect. No expectations from anybody. You know what I mean? And in the future events, maybe they'll get involved a little bit more then as well. You know what I mean? So
I would hope so. Yeah. But when did this all start? When did you just go? I want to do something for the community. I want to raise awareness and for mental health.
Well, it all started when I decided I was going to come into recovery, basically, because that's how what recovery is based in the giving back process. So the support that I received, all he asks you to do is to give back that same support to anybody else who's coming in trying to stop using drink or drugs. You know what I mean? And if you're using drink and drugs, or drink or drugs, either one or the other, it's both the same. It's both classed as drugs. Alcohol is a drug, so if sorry, I've lost me thread. Then what was the question again?
Oh, just when you started.
So that's what they ask you to do. They ask you to just give back what you've received, basically, to get yourself clean and sober, get your family back, to get your life back on track. So that's what I've been doing since coming into recovery. I took it a step further by starting to do a few marathons and fundraise for like the likes of Macmillan. And then I decided I was going to swim the English Channel, just off the cuff. Seeing David Williams doing it, and I'd never had a swimming lesson in my life. I'd never had a swimming lesson.
That's mental. That's mental.
I know, but I'll tell you, I know exactly what's happened. No, what's happened is all that negativity and all that harm and hate and you know what I mean, and all that negative stuff that I give to myself on a daily basis. By using drugs, the low self-esteem, I've turned all that harm in myself into a positive force. That was a force to contend with me. You know what I mean? It was a daily basis trying to harm myself by doing that stuff. And like you say, I'd lost my family, me self-respect, me dignity, me home, and me hope. I mean, and literally any chance getting back them things as well. I thought they were all gone. With hope goes everything, and it did. I got it back through people, like you said, has been through the process themselves, and so I just decided to start doing some fundraising after that. You know what I mean? Because you help people who are coming into the meetings. I go to 12-step fellowships, a couple of them, and so anyone who comes in who's clinging on to life, you just tell them, you know what I mean, to support them, phone them up, give them a text, take them to a meeting, just simple stuff like that. You don't have to swim, you know what I mean, across the channel to save someone's life. You don't. You just have to phone them up, text them. So that's all I was doing, and then I decided I wanted to challenge myself. And I was terrible at sports and school. Couldn't kick a ball for toffee, mate. You know what I mean? I tried my best, but I was always last to be picked. You know what I mean? Put him in goal. You know what I mean? And all that stuff. And but I wanted to challenge myself physically. You know what I mean? And I've turned all that negativity around. You know what I mean? And turned into a positive force. So all the negative stuff that I was, giving myself out, I'm giving it out in a positive way now. You know what I mean? And the way I'm doing that is basically is to think of others before I think of myself. It's not to not ever think of myself. You know what I mean? I've got to look after me. That's one of the things I've never done. I had to learn to do that 20 years ago. Because I was incapable of doing that, and I was shown a way to do that. I just give myself the love that I deserved as well, because I never believed I deserved any of that. So that's what I do in the fellowships, and then I decided to challenge myself and do a few. I've done a couple of marathons for like Macmillan and a few other charities. I only done a couple of marathons, but my knee got a bit sore, and I can only run about 6 miles. So I then changed to triathlon. I've never done a triathlon. I hadn't been in my life. You know what I mean? I never swam a mile. And that's what it was. It was you had to swim a mile. And I do the Olympics the Olympic size ones as well, not like the mini ones. I wanted to do, and I go, why don't you do the mini ones first? Or why don't you do an half marathon? And I'm going, no, I want to do a full marathon. I was smoking at the time. No, full marathon. I'm like down on the start line. You know what I mean? And, so I don't smoke now, like, you know what I mean? It's been about 12 years at least now since I've had a cigarette or anything, you know what I mean? No drink or any drugs of any sort, well, I haven't had them for 20 years, but for the ciggies, I haven't had anything for. So I've done a couple of marathons. My knee got a bit dodgy. Decided to do some Olympic triathlons. Done about 7 of them. You know what I mean? And then my knee got even worse because you had to swim a mile, cycle 26 miles, and run 6 miles. You know what I mean? And when I seen the mile, I thought, I haven't been training for this. Do you know what I mean? He was going, you have to go all the way down to the bottom, and I seen the float, and it looked like it was about 5 miles away. And I looked at my wife and I went, oh, listen, I haven't been training for this. I've been getting all the measurements wrong and stuff like that. And then he went, when you get to that big orange float down there, just to go round the float and you have to come back again. That was only half a mile. Anyway, I'd done it, and then I'd done about 7, and I was fundraising, I was loving it, and I was giving back, and I was challenging myself for the first time in years, and I was, finding out that I could do stuff that I never believed I could, and then I decided to swim the English Channel, and after 9 months of training, I looked at the rule book, and the rule book said, you have to, for the men, you have to wear 1 set of goggles, 1 swimming cap, and 1 garment that was above the groin. And I went to my wife, what the hell does that mean? And she just started laughing, and she just went, you've got to wear a pair of Speedos, mate. And I went, what? I said, I'm not wearing a pair of Speedos, no chance. You know what I mean? I was phoning people up, trying to, anyway, I had to get over myself. I wasn't even going to, because I had to wear them, I wasn't going to swim. I was going to cancel the swim. And I got persuaded by my wife to get over myself, so I did. And I got myself a pair of Speedos and stuff like that. I was running in and out shamefully into the, you know what I mean, into the ponds that I was training in. Anyway, 2 years later, I managed to swim the English Channel, mate. And took me 15 hours and 54 minutes, and I raised a few quid for a homeless charity, you know what I mean, in London, and then I decided, I was just so happy. I just couldn't believe that I'd done it. My name is going in the book, you know what I mean? My name is going in the book that I'd conquered the English Channel, you know what I mean? And so happy about that.
And a picture of you in Speedos next to it as well.
What, mate?
A picture of you in Speedos as well next to it for eternity.
Yeah. So I decided then after that to go and celebrate at Everton's football ground of the beloved Goodison Park. I'm going there. I wanted everybody on the planet, especially all of us, all the Evertonians, all the people from Liverpool, to know that, I'd done this like massive swim, and I'd completed it, you know what I mean? I'd conquered the channel, I felt like the first person to like land on the moon or to climb Everest, mate, you know what I mean? Anyway, I decided not to go dressed and tell everyone. I thought, I'm going in my Speedos. So I had to buy a new pair. You know what I mean? And it was only 2 days before the game. And when they turned up, mate, they were 2 sizes too small, I swear to God. Do you know what I mean? And I went, look at the stage, me. I look like a balloon, when you go like that to a balloon. I look like that because I had to put 3 stone on to swim in the channel, because you have to either be fat or fast. And I wasn't fast, so I had to put the weight on so you didn't get hypothermia while you were swimming across, Anyway, I just put them on anyway, and I went out into, you know what I mean, onto the terraces.
Like a loony.
Yeah, and everyone was just clapping and laughing, and they were buzzing. And and he had channel swimmer. I had my mate paint channel swimmer on here, and everyone was just buzzing with it. And I seen something that day because they were starting to give me, because I had family members there. I didn't tell them I was going to it. You know what I mean? And I had a couple of my sons over there. They were like that. Look, oh my God. My God. Do you know what I mean? So people were giving me money. You know what I mean? So I put that towards the £4,000 I'd raised swimming the English Channel. I was trying to raise 5,000. I thought I'm going to go back there next week. You know what I mean? So I went the week after when we had another home game. And like you say, things just, things just grew. It all just grew legs, you know what I mean? But I seen something then more than the money. I seen smiles on people's faces, mate. I've seen people were getting a proper buzz out of it, and we were struggling as well, Everton, and we needed the giggle, and people were having a smile, we were having a laugh, and getting photos taken, and it just turned into a match day thing. You know what I mean? And in the freezing cold and all that. And I think he got a lot of respect. But at first, people were like, he's making a show with the club. You know what I mean? Get him out and all that. But I just continued, mate, because I knew there was something positive happening. Besides from the fundraising, mate, if you can put a smile on someone's face for a moment, they forget about all the worries, all the problems in the world. Any family members might have an illness, or they might have an illness. He's just helped them to forget for a moment that when they're all encompassed in the pain and the suffering and the worry or whatever, anything else, the bills, you know what I mean? And that's what I see. So that's why I kept on going back, mate, you know what I mean? Even though a few people were like, a little bit ashamed of what I was doing.
Well, we say a laugh is good medicine.
Yeah, man.
It does.
Yeah.
You can have a crap day, and then see one of your mates or something funny, and just laugh for a couple of minutes, and you get away from what's going on in the world. So, no, it's an amazing thing that you do. And again, it's just not for Liverpool either, is it? I mean, you've spread your wings.
No. We ended up raising, I think it was about £60,000 for the Woodlands Hospice. We raised thousands of pounds for Everton community. We've been around Liverpool's ground at the derby as well. We've raised a few £1,000 for the Liverpool Foundation as well. You know what I mean? And and I've been supported by both sets of fans, man. This is like a phenomenon. You know what I mean? And even invited onto Anfield's, the Anfield's ground. When we were playing on my 1,000-mile walk, man. And I thought, and Jordan Henderson gave me all his write-ups in the program.
Mm-hmm.
The whole page was about SPEEDO MICK. You might have seen something. He gave me all the whole page, mate. And I still, dumbfounded by that, you know what I mean? So then Liverpool got me on the ground in my Everton hat, my Everton Speedos, do you know what I mean? My Everton scarf, and I'm going on, you know what I mean? And I'm putting my scarf up and all going, boo, and I'm putting it down, they're all going, hey, it's like, total respect there, like, you know what I mean, for getting an opposite fan. But that's what the city of Liverpool is about, mate. It really is. And I know there's some, really bad rivalry between the fans and stuff sometimes and that. But the city of Liverpool itself is second to none when it comes to that stuff. When it comes to justice, when it comes to somebody needing help and that, do you know what I mean? We're the first there, mate. Do you know what I mean? Both sets of fans, basically, the city of Liverpool. Yeah.
I mean, all you have to look at is like Dave Kelly Evertonian and Ian Byrne,
Absolutely.
you know,
Yeah, man. Exactly.
of course Liverpool, and it doesn't matter what colours you wear. You know, people need food, people need help, and
Absolutely.
that's what I love about the city. It's just, you know, you might be in the same grounds screaming at each other, you know, F you, F that during the match. Then right
Yeah.
after the match, you're down the pub, just having a laugh with your mates, whether he's a blue or a red, and
Right.
that's a big thing that I've really missed, like especially being in America now. Is just you don't really get that, you know, that banter anymore. They're kind of like the pubs for football now. You know, every supporters group has their own pub, and I miss the
Yeah.
days when I first moved over there. You'd have Man United fans, Evertonians, Spurs fans, Liverpool fans in the same pub. You're just screaming across, you know, you crap, you know, and that was good. But yeah, I mean, going back home is it's just great to have the banter before the derby, and
Yeah.
coming to that, I mean,
I mean, I was shouting. I was effing and blinding me last night.
oh, I bet you were, I bet you were. Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I mean? Oh, mate, I just knew it. I knew it, lad. I knew it. You know what I mean? And he's renowned for it. He's renowned for the last kick of the game going right in the back of the net. And I knew once he went past them 5 minutes, that ref, I swear, I knew something was going to happen. You know what I mean? And it was.
What's your take on that, though? Because, you know, obviously Mariner gave us the 5 extra minutes, but then Pope's on the floor for about a minute and 40 seconds. So it's one of those. I mean, you wake up and you've got Geordie who's just raising hell like, oh, it's a conspiracy theory and all that. You know, if it happened to us, I'd probably be just as pissed off as well. But, you know, that's football. That's why we love it. That's why we hate it. You know, it's not going to work in our favour all the time. So, but yeah, we nicked one. Boy, did we nick one.
Mate, you did nick one.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I'd have been another 2 points. You'd been 7 points behind. I think you'd be 7 points behind City already.
Yeah,
exactly. We don't want anyone to be running away with the league. We don't. Do you know what I mean? But you know, but you know, I mean, you know, Liverpool and City. That's what you have been doing. You know what I mean? And I've got to say, you know, thank God for City. Really, otherwise. You should just
we won it all, yeah.
You should just been romping, mate, a lot, you know what I mean? So, you know, go on, Liam Gallagher.
Oh, man. He's something else. I mean, I like Liam, but just because he can give it and he can take it as well. You know, he's banter king. He's just a wind-up merchant. That's all he is. He just loves winding scousers up.
Yeah, he is. He makes it sound, man. I've bumped into him a couple of times because, no, obviously, not obviously, but I live in London, so I have accidentally bumped into him a couple of times, 3 times actually, and he was sound, mate. He even got on me who it was. He went, you're that scouser who goes round in the speedos, aren't you? I had all my clobber on and that, my hat. Do you know what I mean? And funny enough, City just beat you 1-0. He's lost by 1 point that season. It wasn't last season, I think it was the season before, wasn't it?
No, last season was a point, and the season before was like 17. So
was it the point? It might have been the year before that then.
Oh, that was by a point, yeah, as well.
Yeah. It was then, do you know what I mean? And it was the night after that, funny enough. But yeah, I like Liam, you know what I mean? He's obviously, for me, I know he's gone through a lot of stuff, and to come and do his own music, he's had to overcome a lot of fear, a lot of doubt, fear that he can't do that without his brother and stuff. Do you know what I mean? And without his band, and he has. I know he's overcome all that stuff, mate. You know what I mean? And so I sort of identify with that stuff because I've overcome a lot of adversity myself. Do you know what I mean? A lot of self doubt and fear. You know, so I love Liam. Go ahead.
Yeah, he's all right. You know, people just take him too seriously. I just take him with a grain of salt, and
Yeah, and of course, man. You know
I
what I
just
mean? He's just banter, mate.
because you know if he came up to him in the street, they'd all shake his hand and take a selfie with him.
Yeah,
So I find that rather funny. You know that the whole like Twitter brigade gets so
yeah,
pissed off and irate. I mean, all you need to do this morning is actually look at Twitter and you know Liverpool fans like jumping off the deep end because we're not getting this player, we're not getting that player, we're not getting who they want. That's the
yeah,
thing. I'm
yeah.
like, Klopp's got a business plan that he follows, and he's not like Everton because Everton has spent a lot of money.
Oh, we have spent a lot of money, mate. We've wasted more
Yeah,
to the point. We've wasted like hundreds of millions of pounds, mate. You know, but going straight into this window, and talking about how we're playing this season, obviously we want to win. You know what I mean? We want to win under our belt, but I think we've been really unlucky. We were unlucky. We played really well against was the first or the second half against Chelsea.
mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? And what else? There's been we give a few goals away by just a couple of silly mistakes, losing the ball in midfield, trying to dribble, which we seem to be doing, and we were doing it against Leeds. We were losing the ball in our area, just by the centre circle, because we were trying to dribble past players instead of just knocking it to one another. You know what I mean? And that's what was seen to be happening. But I think Everton seems to be they seem to be a lot more organised.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? Than we were last season, and the season before. You could say the season before that, the season before that. But we seem to have a plan. You know what I mean? And we're hitting them on the break at the moment. You know what I mean? And long balls over the top, which seem quite accurate. And you know what I mean? We've got a bit of pace in the team for the change. We never had it. We haven't had it. I can't remember the last time we had any pace. So I think we've got a bit of organisation. We've got a bit of we've got a plan. We've actually got a plan, and that's with a lot of players injured, out. You know what I mean? And new players who coming in. You know what I mean? Seem to be hitting the ground running. You know what I mean? McNeil's a little bit not too. He's not sort of hitting the ground, but he's doing it. He's playing a part. He's still playing a part. You know what I mean?
What did you think of Richarlison leaving? Because I mean, for me, he was the bad boy of Everton, and he's got a very punchable face, very punchable.
yeah. Exactly the same as Henderson's. Do you know what I mean? But I still got to respect Henderson for putting me in the book. You know what I mean? And give me all them shout outs, mate, as an Everton and all that. But mate, you don't want to keep selling like your best player. If you're gonna go somewhere in this league, you got to keep all of your best players. You know what I mean? And we haven't done that for a long time either. As well as we spent bad business for the recruitment, bad business right the way through all the years, just getting players who were just sitting on the bench, getting injured, you know what I mean, and not playing for years. You know what I mean? Balassi, you know what I mean, mate? There's just loads of bad business. But I think this window, that might have changed. You know what I mean? I think we might have got some decent players in, and that's a bit of experience. We've got a little bit of youth in there as well. We've got that Patterson who seems to he's flying at the moment. He's playing really well. And obviously we've got Gordon. You know what I mean? A bit of pace, likes to take people on.
Did well to hang on to him, to be honest.
Oh, we did, and I thought he was definitely going to go for 60 mil. I think that was the last I heard.
Spurs and Chelsea, I think, were in for him.
Yeah.
I think Lampard hanging on to Gordon really, really good job because he's got quality. I mean, he's going to grow as a footballer. You know, stop the silly diving. You know, we come from, you know, I'm sure you're around my age as well. We come from where stop this flopping about. Even for as a Liverpool fan, I'm just like, get up. Like Mane used to do it, Salah used to do it. I'm like, get up, stop.
I know, but you Liverpool employed what's his name? What you know? Is it Tom Daly? Is it Tom Daly?
Yeah, the diver. Yeah.
You employed him to so you know what I mean. You got him in, didn't you, for a couple of months to teach the strikers how to dive.
Cheeky.
Tom Daly, Tom Daly style. Yous were the worst for that.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you know, Richarlison was bad, but you had your three front players, mate, were throwing themselves all over the gaff for years. Do you know what I mean? But lad, no one likes it, mate, unless you win a penalty and it's in a derby.
Yeah, exactly. Then you're just like, spot on. Yeah. Nobody ever touched me, but you know, you got a penno, so I'll take that. Yeah, any day. Yeah. So, do you think Lampard is the right man to?
Well, mate, that really remains to be seen. No one can say that yet. We've got him, you know, at the arse end of last season. Really, you know what I mean. He's kept us up by the skin of our teeth. You know what I mean. And I thought that. I mean, he made some bad subs, mate. He made some bad decisions to sub people. You know what I mean. And but it, you know, it doesn't matter. It's all history. We're still in the Prem. You know what I mean. In fact, I think it was the fans. It was the fans, and there's no doubt whatsoever in my mind that kept Everton Football Club in the Premier League, mate. Mm-hmm. Do you know what I mean? Or you know, that's the way they turns up. But we should have been doing that for years. But we never. Anyway, it doesn't matter. We're there now, and yeah, like I say, it's going to take time to find out what Frank is made of. Mm-hmm. You know, but we're always open that he's going to be. I'm hoping he's going to be the man. Do you know what I mean? You know, because you don't want to keep changing the captain of the ship, mate. It doesn't do anybody any good. So, but I think the way the team are playing, mate, he's doing something. You know what I mean? He's getting we're organised. We seem to have a plan of action which to hit on the break. You know what I mean? We've got like you say, we've got a bit of pace in leading. You know, we've just got Mopé, Gay's back in as well. We've done some good signings. I think that's good. We got some some good defenders as well there with Cody and the other fella. You know what I mean? Big. You know what I mean? And who've got a lot of experience as well as the young lads in there. So well, like you say, you need to just hang on and wait to see. But right now, I think we seem to be playing up. We've drawn 3 and we've lost 2. You know what I mean? And we've drawn 3 on the bounce. We haven't lost 3 games. Do you know what I mean? And I think that's about mate. Well, the way you're playing, because you're playing me. You're not on form, mate. I don't know what's happening there, but something's the matter. Do you know what I mean? And I think you're there. You're not there for the taking, but you can be beat, mate. You can be right now. You can be beat, and so I'm happy. You're coming to Goodison now.
Hostile environment. You know, that's the thing is it's not just 1 or 2 players that seem to be off form for Liverpool. It seems to be like most of the team, and I don't know whether that's from playing 63 games last season and having a really condensed pre-season where Klopp has just like hammered the training in too much. Because I've never seen, again, injuries, you know, minor muscle injuries are just popping up. Hendo, you know, yesterday, it's getting too much. I still think, I mean, it's always tough to go to Goodison. It doesn't, form is out the window. I mean, I don't think either team is in really good form at the moment. So it's one of those open games where I can't call it.
Yeah, I think if we continue to be, play the way we've been playing, I think we've got a chance of hitting on the break. You know what I mean? Scoring a goal, and we seem to be defending well as well. You know what I mean? I mean we've let it. We haven't had a goal free game yet. You know what I mean? Against people scoring against us. We had Aston Villa who scored 2 goals, and the rest of them scored 1 goal, mate. Last season that would have been 3. Do you know what I mean? So I'm not happy that we keep conceding, but I think we seem to be in a better place than we were last season, and I think it's you don't really know what use it off the pace, and Everton seems to be a little bit more structured. You know what I mean, with how we're playing and what we're doing. You never know what's going to happen at this time, but you really don't. The others, you could probably bet, you know what I mean, a sure bet that we're going to turn our asses.
Well, I think, with Everton not having Europe, Liverpool, we're going to be playing every 3 days now.
Exactly, yeah.
I've seen your next 6, though. I mean, that's tough. Liverpool, Arsenal, West Ham, Southampton, United, and Spurs. That's tough.
It is tough. It is tough, but I think we can, if we can, yeah, I think we'll be all right this season. I don't think we're going to be struggling like last season. I think with these other 2 players in, and I'm sure we might be going for another player. Is the window shut now?
Or no, it shuts 11 o'clock UK time. So yeah,
okay. Well, there was another player we were looking at as well from PSG. You know what I mean? Cody.
When you're going to re-sign?
Barkley.
No, not him. No, I don't know. You say his name. Is it Gay? Yeah, Gay. I think you're going to re-sign him. It looks.
We've got him. Yeah,
you've got him already.
Yeah, and Mopay as well. So
yeah, I like. I do. I like it. What he's done for Brighton last season and the season before. He's a tough little cookie, him. So
yeah, man. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be really interesting. You know what I mean?
I hope there's a bit of a bite as well on Saturday as well, because I missed it. Bit of.
I'm sure there will be.
Yeah, there always is, isn't there? Yeah. So, what's one of your favourite moments in the derby?
Oh, you know what, mate?
I know there's plenty.
Yeah. But I'm not really sure. Let me see. What's his name? Bleeding hell, I'm getting his name now. Who was our captain? The defender. Left to go to Sheffield.
Phil Joker.
Yeah, Jagielka, mate.
Yeah,
sorry.
But he scored that.
Mate, that. So look, it's one of my favourites because I was in Egypt. I just swam the English Channel, so I went on holiday for a little break. Do you know what I mean? Me and me extra 3 stone. I was watching it in Egypt. And it was just coming to the end of the game. We winning 1-0. Do you know what I mean? Next minute, I just went running up the Egyptian streets, screaming me head off. So that was one of my best times because I was in Egypt. I just ran the English Channel as well. Do you know what I mean? But there's been some close calls as well. Hasn't even but with the 3-3. Oh, mate, you know what I mean? Again, that's it with you. You will not give up until that whistle goes, mate. You know what I mean? And we're no good at sitting back. We should never, ever sit back. We should always try and counter-attack. As soon as we score a goal, all we've done for years is sit back. You know what I mean? If we do that, it's only a matter of time before someone's going to score against us. You know what I mean? And that's what's happened as well, just this season. We've sat back a little bit, you know what I mean? As soon as we get a 1-0, I know he's trying to manage his game and stuff, but I think, you know, attack is the best form of defence. That's what I think for Everton Football Club, and that's what we were like in 84, 85. You know what I mean? We were an attacking team, you know, and we haven't been that for a long, long time. So anyway, I think he's just trying to get some stability, Frank. You know what I mean? And I hope that you know, I hope he does well. I really do. You know what I mean? I don't want to see another manager come in, to be honest. You know what I mean? But I think it's going to be really close, this derby. It's going to be close, mate. You know what I mean? I'm not really sure whether you can take what happened to Bournemouth into account. Do you know what I mean? I think they were just, you know,
it's just bad.
They were. You know, you can't just say they were just. It was just, you know, they were just super, super bad. I mean, they were. You know what I mean? But and you do have to of course, have to take it into account. But the rest of the games that you've played, mate, you've been, you know, you've been a little bit shaky. Do you know what I mean? And you haven't been the force that you've been the last at least 3 years.
Well, I mean? One of the issues is definitely defence-wise. We're just not as solid as we used to be, and we're letting the team score first. I mean,
why is that?
It was eight games where the last 8 games we've let the other team score first. That's not Liverpool. I mean, Van Dijk's been off the pace. I mean,
yes, mate. Even Van Dijk, you can even point your finger at Van Dijk. Do you know what I mean? The best one of the best in the world, if not the best. You know what I mean? As a defender and stuff. But yeah, even he's making mistakes, mate. He's kicking balls and they're going out. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So that gives us a lot of hope.
Well, I'm glad you got hope. You always need hope, but yeah. No, it's going to be another tough one, I think, Saturday, especially because I hate these 12:30 kickoffs. They're horrible.
I know.
They really are. Well, especially for me, because I've got to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning because we're 6 hours behind you lot. So yeah, it's tough, but you know, I'll roll out of bed and.
Where do you stay in? Where do you at?
Austin, Texas.
All right, son. Because one day, you know what I mean, I'd like to walk across the states.
Oh, I thought you were going to swim over from England.
No, my swimming days are over. My walking ones not quite. You know what I mean?
Lots of places that, like, you know, what is it, Route 66? Walk there.
I'd like to do it. I know that's the thing, mate. I like to, you know what I mean. I want to challenge myself in the cold. I don't want to challenge myself in the heat.
Yeah, you'd be no chance. Not a scouse walking in the desert. You've got about half an hour, then you're done. Yeah, it's too hot for me here. Like way too hot. But yeah, one of my favourites ones. I mean, I love, you know, scoring against you lot in the last minute. Mane's goal, where Sturridge had taken basically a shot, but it was weak, and Mane was just there. And then obviously Origi, you know, with the, I don't know what Pickford was doing that day. Ball watching. I mean, you know, but I mean, one of my favourites is probably 99 when we beat you 3-2. Fowler scoring twice. Doing the whole grass eating stuff.
Oh, the grass eating.
Yeah, as we say, grass eating and other stuff. It's. I mean, again, it's just great. Like, you know, Liverpool and Everton are just. It's a community of football fans, and at the end of the day, might be pissed off for a little while, but you get over it. Especially when you get older, you get over the game a little bit easier than you would when you're 15, 16. So again,
you've had success though, mate. You know, in you know, like sort of lately, haven't you? And we haven't, and that's so frustrating. You know what I mean? And not even more frustrating than that is we've spent over £500 million on players and ended up worse off as a team. Do you know what I mean? So all the business side, it's just so all that stuff, when the money's there and you're spending it, you know, and it's going to the, you know, you're bringing in the wrong players, you know what I mean? And you know, they're all sitting on their asses and they're not asked when they're on the pitch. You know what I mean? They don't want to play for your badge. All that stuff, mate, it's like a big, like festering, you know, you just desire your team or any player that you get to play for the badge.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? And if they don't do that, then you know the frustration just grows, mate. You know what I mean? The resentment just grows, and we've had many years of frustration and resentment. Do you know what I mean? And that's, you know, that's at the derbies and everything else. You know what I mean? But hopefully Frank's going to take us on a different direction. I've got faith in him.
After Saturday, he can take you.
I think it's going to be before, mate. I think on Saturday, I think we're going to beat you 1-0. That's my thing, because you're struggling, mate, to even get shots off.
That's true, but you know, at the end of the day, we'll see. Yeah, I never do predictions. I never have in my life. So,
well, I'm doing one. We're going to kick your ass on Saturday.
The
toppies.
I'll still be chuckling after Saturday then.
Yeah. Well, you might be. You know what I mean? But I'm going to throw that one in anyway. 1-0, lad. You remember SPEEDO MICK said it was going to be 1-0, and it was.
There you go. Well, you know what? It's been an absolute pleasure, mate. I'm finally glad that you've come on. You know, a year and a half. But yeah,
thanks very much for offering me and asking me to come on.
When I put the episode out, hopefully put it out tonight as well. I'm going to put a link to SpeedoMickFoundation.org. You know, if you want to send him some money, help people out.
Not me. You're not sending me any money.
Not him money. He's got enough money. Yeah. And he doesn't need any more Speedos. He doesn't swim anymore. Maybe get him some.
No, I still swim. I still do cold water swimming and stuff like that. I still, you know what I mean? I won't be swimming that far again, like. Yeah. But I do the cold water swimming for my mental health, and I still do the walking and stuff like that. We never mentioned any of the walks, did we? Or did we? Oh, we did, yeah. We did mention them, yeah. Anyway, yeah, so it goes to the SPEEDO MICK Foundation, do you know what I mean? And the board are all who we've got, you know, who are all from Liverpool as well, and they're all businessmen and well respected, you know. So, you know, it's a professional outfit, and they're the ones who look after the purse strings in this charity. You know what I mean? Not me. I fundraise. I might fundraise it, but they, you know what I mean? They look at.
You're the face. You're the face.
I'm the face, mate. That's all I am. Yeah.
I'm sometimes the arse as well.
I'm the arse. I'm the face and the arse, lads. Yeah. And what an arse it is.
Oh, come on.
You know what I mean? It is. It's a peach, mate.
Oh,
you can't say that. You know what I mean? That is a peach, mate. You know what I mean? I'm 57, mate, and my arse is still like that.
Oh man, on that note,
Peachy one.
I appreciate it, mate. And like I said, we'll get the word out, and you know, always good to chit chat about the derby and stuff. And you know, we'll see where it lies sometime Saturday afternoon.
We will, mate. Listen, take it easy. Loads of love to you. Do you know what I mean? And yeah, thank you once again for asking me to come on.
You're more than welcome, mate. All the best.
Loads of love.